Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This one, of course, is brought to you by my Petmosphere app, the only app that you'll ever need for anything pet related. Feel free to swing by petmosphere.com anywhere in the world and download it for free on iOS and Android devices. Welcome back, guys. So in today's video, I am going to, break my own rules. I don't normally talk about other people. I just don't think that anybody is that important. But like I said, I'm going to bend the rules a little bit today and address the statements made by our boy Jon Venus. As he stated in his video a couple of days ago, he made the tough decision, admittedly, to no longer become a vegan influencer, if you can even call it that. I know that word gets thrown around quite a bit, but the fact of the matter is he's no longer a member of the vegan community. And I kind of want to touch base on a couple of things that he said in his video. I also watched a couple of reaction videos from other vegan activists like myself. And I kind of want to talk about a couple of things that were never mentioned, never surfaced in any of their rebuttals. So without further ado, we're going to take it with point number one, and that would be the actual title. So Jon states that he's no longer vegan. That means that, he's no longer for the animals, for the environment, for the health. He is, for whatever reason, going back to what made him vegan. That's, it's something that boggled my mind. I don't know why you would go back to something that brought you into this community, but hey, it's his decision. He mentioned that fatherhood was a major factor as to why he decided to go that route. So I'm not a dad. I don't know what that feels like. I hope I do one day, but as of right now, that has yet to happen. I hope it does. Again, I'm digressing, but he made this decision and now he has to live with it. But the fact of the matter is, he made this decision with a plant-based lifestyle in mind. That means that technically Jon was never a vegan. If you're a vegan, you're in it for the animals, the environment, and your health. If you're a vegan, you know that you're in this community primarily for the benevolence and the compassion. Okay, so I have to draw the line between being vegan and being plant-based. Jon, in this case, was in fact plant-based. So he sporadically, indulged into the eggs, and I think there are a couple of videos where he admits to having his, ups and downs and going back to regressing in animal consumption and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, he was whole foods plant-based. Admittedly, I don't know how plant-based he was. Technically, plant-based means that more than half of what you consume is a whole foods plant-based diet. Could be 60, could be 97%. We'll never know. But fact of the matter is, you can call yourself predominantly plant-based, but you cannot call yourself a vegan if you revert to what got you here in the first place. So, Jon, I want you to know that you were never vegan. You were, in fact, whole foods. So that title to me is a little clickbaity. That's first and foremost. So the second point I want to address here is the fact that Jon uses his children as the focal point for marinating and, dare I say, re-marinating the decision to go back into an omnivore style. Again, I'm not a dad. I don't even know what that pressure would feel like. I congratulate you on being one. I hope everything works out. I really do. But I'm not in a position to criticize or judge you in any way for making that decision. I know it's tough. But at the end of the day, I also know that there is enough information and enough evidence, factual based, to suggest that a vegan lifestyle is suitable for all walks of life and all stages of life. This is empirically tested and proven. I'm not going to even bother with the American Dietetics Association articles. It's been well documented. Do your own research. I'm not going to bore you with that. You've seen videos on it. So there's no point in me wasting my time and proving that it is in fact proving your point wrong. So I'm afraid that I have to agree to disagree there. there's enough evidence going around that proves that your kids can live a vegan lifestyles and develop just as well as you can. So that's a no for me. Third point I want to talk about is the fact that you are going back and reverting to what actually brought you here, right? So there's a lot of evidence primarily available from your own brother, who happens to be vegan for 8 years and a medical doctor. So he had respectfully, as your own blood, disagreed with the fact that you were going back to this lifestyle. Again, that's neither here nor there, but the fact of the matter is, it's mind-blowing for this community for you to revert back to what actually got you here, to revert back to the potential heart disease that you're going to be inflicting on yourself and now on your kids as well. The diabetes that's involved with an omnivore diet and things of that nature. So from a psychological and emotional standpoint, it kind of blows my mind that you're going to go back to what made you into a whole foods, plant-based diet, living human being. So that's a little crazy to me. If we know better, we do better. And for you to backtrack and sort of disrespect the community on the way out, I think that's somewhat borderline irresponsible of you, Jon. And so, again, I agree to disagree there. I think that, you're not doing this community any favors. You are a proverbial influencer, right? And I'm only saying that because you have a massive following that's now confused as to why you're making this very important decision. Again, I don't respect it. I will acknowledge it. That's all I can do at this point. So the last point I want to talk to you about is the fact that you actually became a predominant figure in this community, specifically in the fitness inspiration / motivation part and vertical of this vegan community. And so it's a little jarring, to say the least, that a person that has preached veganism as a way of life and a viable solution to fitness as well is now taking a different course of action. And so you can imagine that you are now confusing a lot of people and making them think twice about the decision they made to put money in your pocket. And when I say money in your pocket, I mean that you are laughing all the way to the bank with meal preps and fitness packaging, and all of these people had been led to you under now false pretenses. You need to understand that by making this decision, you are playing with their money, you are playing with their emotions, you are playing with their psyche. And so I don't foresee that this community is going to keep investing into you, and I do not at all believe that vegans will take you seriously when it comes to saying that you will continue to help vegans. I don't think that in any way, shape, or form they will invest, in case they have never heard of you, by the decisions that you ultimately made recently this week. That's it for me, guys. That's where I'm going to leave it. That's, I guess, where I stand on the matter. Again, I don't normally make reaction videos of any kind, but I just had a hard time sleeping after watching that video, and I thought that the best course of action would be to speak up on the things that have yet to be spoken about when it comes to Jon's statement. So let me know where you stand, whether or not you agree with what I said. Swing by the comments and let's banter back and forth to see if we're on the same page. If you got anything out of this video, give it a like, helps the channel. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. A lot more content is coming your way in 2020. I hope you guys are staying safe, keeping healthy, and I'll definitely see you in the next video.